Now I know what you are all thinking, Sethlisten doesn't do power scaling videos, and that is usually true. I'm more of a thematic breakdown and character analysis kind of person, but I do in fact love power scaling, so because I want to, I'm going to throw my hat into the ring and try my hand at some power scaling. Now I could have done Dragon Ball, but that is oversaturated with power scalers. I could do Sins, but the power scaling is very inconsistent, or I could do One Piece, but again that's very subjective. So in the end I settled with One Punch Man, as it's really quite a nice series to power scale, and I also haven't made a One Punch Man video in ages and I kind of just want to make another one. So without wasting any more time, let's get to ranking the S-Class heroes from One Punch Man. And quick note, there will be manga spoilers in this video, as I kind of need to use the manga for a lot of the feats to power scale a lot of these characters, but I will not be going into the webcomic, as I know a lot of people are manga only. So if I do reference any webcomic feats, it will be really vague and should not spoil the story in any further way. Anyway, number 17 is Tank Top Master, and I think that pretty much everyone will agree with this, as Tank Top Master has really not done much except getting defeated by Hero Hunter Gero. And in the Boro invasion we know he is strong as he lifts up that large chunk of earth, but apart from that he really hasn't done much, and he hasn't got any better feats than the ones I've already listed. So until Tank Top Master has any more feats, I really can't rank him any higher than right at the bottom. Coming in just above Tank Top Master at 16 is Puro Prisoner, and I really think Puro Prisoner has grown a lot in strength since his loss to Deep Seeking. He now has his Bristle Armour, Angel Claw and Angel Vibration, though considering his performance against Nyan, I really can't see Puro Prisoner taking on anything above a low dragon, so I really can't put him any higher on the list than this. Number 15 is probably very controversial, and that is Demon Cyborg, also known as Genos. And really I think Genos could be higher, but he's not shown any feats to show he can tackle dragon level monsters. I mean, he can deal with demons alright, but Awakened Cockroach kind of pushed him a bit, so I really can't see him getting any dragon level feats at the moment. And I know his post Elder Centipede upgrades have given him a serious power boost, but we ain't seen that in action yet, so I am going to have to leave Genos at number 15. Number 14 for me at least has to be Zombie Man, and I know his regeneration is easily the best we've seen in the series, but his lack of overall speed and power compared to the other S-Class hero just makes him too weak to be really placed any higher on the list. And I'm sure he could take on dragons. I mean, in one of the audiobooks he defeats Carnage Mode Carnage Kabuto, but it does take him a week, and in real life I think Kabuto is too smart to just let Zombie Man keep regenerating for a week, so I think Zombie Man would lose to any high dragon level monster with any kind of intelligence, as even against demons and haunted tiger monsters he still ends up in pretty rough shape, and then he really wins due to his regeneration and his tactic of fighting for attrition. In 13 is one of my favourite S-Class heroes, that being Pig God. Now Pig God has really not got that many feats, but he has a few that I think cements him at this place in the list. First of all, his physical strength is no joke. He easily busted through a solid wall and was able to wrestle out of the jaws of Gums, who is a dragon level monster. His regeneration is insane, and his ability to effortlessly eat demon level monsters like Eyesight and the Great Food Tub is seriously impressive, as he didn't seem to take any damage in either fight. However, he was beaten by Gums, who yes is a cadre but seems to be one of the weakest of the cadres. However, even so I still reckon he's at least able to tackle low dragons, and he also has that webcomic spoiler thing which could be seriously impressive. 12 is Metal Bat, and I know some people think Metal Bat is like top 5, but like with Genos I don't want to speculate too much and want to base this on feats. He is confirmed to be able to take down dragons, elevating him above everyone we've talked about so far, and was able to take multiple hits from Elder Centipede, after having already fought 2 demon level monsters. His damage output is impressive, and his fighting spirit has the potential to make him higher or even above dragon, but we are yet to see the full limits of his power. Generally his performance against Elder Centipede and Garo, I really can't put him any higher, but in the future his place may shoot up by quite a bit. 11th is Watchdog Man, and like Metal Bat I can see him even higher on the list, but we really have nothing to go on for Watchdog Man. He has definitely defeated dragons before, as we know City Q is a monster hotspot and he is most likely a sole defender, so if he hasn't ended up fighting a dragon level monster, I really would be surprised. His performance against Garo immediately puts him above Tank Top Master and Metal Bat, and it seems he was holding back considering Garo was a human and not a monster. Watchdog Man is definitely strong, but how much so I don't know, so I'll have to leave it here until we get any more feats from him. 10th is someone who finally has an on-panel dragon busting feat. Drive Knight, who on panel defeated Nyan with, let's face it, not much difficulty, is very strong. I mean, we haven't seen all his forms yet, he probably has the might of the organisation behind him, and has shown damage output high enough to bring a cadre to the brink of death in one shot. No question in my mind, Drive Knight is strong, and there is no way he has shown us his full power already, so he probably will rise up on this list. 9th is a hard one. I'm going to have to say Atomic Samurai for this one, but I am still torn between placing Atomic Samurai at 9th or 8th. But even so, he is bloody impressive. His Atomic Slash is one of the strongest attacks in this series, able to utterly disintegrate a target, and his overall speed and skill when it comes to the sword is unrivaled. His only weakness is his lack of fighting ability when he loses his sword, By showing how he slices a monster up with his toothpick alone, I really don't think he's as weak as people make him out to be, without a sword, as his base strength and speed is definitely high demon, if not dragon level. 8th is Child Emperor, who, like I said with Atomic Samurai, could have easily been 8th, but I put Child Emperor ahead purely in the damage output of Brave Giant, as that is seriously impressive and way more overpowered than any attack Atomic Samurai could produce. Beside Brave Giant, his physical abilities are above that of an A class, despite his age of 10, and his backpack has essentially a solution to any problem he could face. His performance against Phoenix Man, a consensus high dragon, is enough to land him easily in the top 10. 7th is Flashy Flash, and I did expect him to be higher on the list, but the heroes above him are all serious powerhouses. Anyway, Flashy Flash is one of the fastest characters we've ever seen, and easily the fastest hero minus maybe Blast. His swordsmanship is lethal, and the fact he killed 2 dragon level monsters at once really speaks for his power. And he also does some webcomic things that make him seem very, very strong, so I would not put him any lower. So yeah, Flashy Flash is stupid strong and stupid fast. Super Ally Darkshine is next, and although I can see the argument for Flashy Flash being above him, I still would give Darkshine the edge based on his pure power output and his stupid durability. I mean, he defeated monsters from them just touching him, and was able to take a full power attack from Bug God, who is a consensus high demon, without taking any damage. His tackle on Garrow was at least City Block level, and the fact that in an audiobook he was able to take down Carnage Mode, Carnage Kabuto in 15 minutes shows he can definitely tackle with and defeat high dragons. His loss to Garrow does discredit him a bit, but this was a Garrow who was fighting Orochi and was able to take spam fireballs from Overgrown Rover. Darkshine's durability is unmatched and his strength ridiculous, so yeah, number 6 is where I place him on the list. Silver Fang, also known as Bang, is probably the single best martial artist in the series, beside Garrow, and also known more the statement that Bomb is stronger than Bang, which I don't think really holds much weight. Well, he was able to take a hit from Elder Centipede, compete with Garrow, and does some dragon level feats in the webcomic that should easily secure him in this spot. It is also said that he defeated Darkshine easily, so yeah, his skill is no joke. Overall, his place as S-Class rank 3 is definitely due to his power. Metal Knight is in 4th. As well, his basic Metal Knight robot is at least a high demon, and we know he has at least 100 of them. And that he also has that massive walker thing, and then he also has Boris's ship, so yeah, his armament is no joke. We really don't know much about Metal Knight, but based on what we know already, he is definitely top 4, and could easily rise up when we see the full extent of his arsenal. Terrible Tornado, real name Tatsumaki, is number 3. I mean, she is easily the strongest Esper in the series, and her place as S-Class rank 2 is very telling of her overall power. I honestly think she could have a competitive fight against Boros, and I would only say that about a handful of characters. Tatsumaki definitely is an above dragon and deserves her spot on this list. Number 2 is Blast. We really don't know much about Blast, but from what we know, he severely injured Elder Centipede, which would put him in the top 4 anyway, and is said to rule over all Espers, implying he's stronger than Tatsumaki. Also in the guidebook it says he has over 1,000 robots, which would make him equal to Metal Knight, but whether that's true or not, we are not too sure. Either way, Blast is going to be in a different league when we finally meet him in the story, and I think there is really only one S-Class hero that can outclass him, and that is King. And though this isn't a gag, much like Shonen, who does the best One Punch Man power scaling out there and inspired me in this video a bit, I believe King has super luck, and that in a fight he will always win either by scaring his enemy to death using his charisma or summoning his stand Saitama to fight for him. Either way, I think that if King fought any other S-Class hero, he would win, and that he really is the strongest human on Earth. So there you have it, my picks for the strongest S-Class heroes. If you have your own list, or disagree with any of my points, then tell me down in the comment section below and I'll give you my opinions on your opinions. That did make sense. If you're new around here, then make sure to subscribe, like, and follow my Twitter at SethTheS. Until we meet again, I've been Seth the Sin, the Deadly Sin of Geek, and I am signing out.